So the crowning of King Charles has kind of got me interested a little bit in the other kings and queens. I haven't done like any research when it comes to kings and queens. I do visit these countries, but it's usually just to lie in to sunbathe basically. I go to like islands to sunbathe, so I don't really take. I have been all around the world with my family. They used to take me to loads of different places, but yeah, my mum would always ruin the holidays, every single one of them. So it was hard to really focus on the country. It was more just a sort of an anger and frustration over my mum ruining every holiday. Um, but yeah, anyway, I am taking in an interest now, and first thing I noticed is that a lot of them aren't kings. So there's like dukes and sultans and princes, and so there's a lot of monarchies that don't actually have a king. Um, Throughout the whole thing, that because Prince Charles is monarch of the Commonwealth, because of the Commonwealth, his name pops up quite a lot of times. So if you're looking through the king's list, and if there was to be a king who has importance, it's got to be King Charles, just because his name seems to be throughout the whole king's list. And then I was looking at some of the other kings' names, and okay, I'm dyslexic, so I'm really bad at reading and pronouncing things. But yeah, there's like King Hamad, but then the surname is Bin. That doesn't sound so good. And there's King Philippe, which reminds me of the Man in the Iron Mask. I'm a big fan. I love that film. But yeah, King Philip was kind of the evil king, and his brother, who was identical to him, actually the same actor, he was a sort of better king. I don't know if that's about anything, but it could be like the bad and good sides of, I don't know, this King Philip, because there is actually a King Philip. But I don't. Belgium, have I? I've been to Belgium, but I didn't notice. I don't really focus when I go to these countries. I don't think about their kings and queens. So, but yeah. And then there's this one's a weird one. King Jigme Kasha Namegel Wingchuck. I don't know if that's the same person or if that's four different people, but yeah. Um, I can't pronounce the surname, and then there's loads of. There's a Queen Margrethe from Denmark. Um, don't know anything about her, and I can't pronounce the names again. Then there's Emperor Naguhiku from Japan. Actually, I probably should not say the names because my dyslexia is so bad that I'm probably getting it extremely wrong. But Jordan has Abdullah, which kind of looks like AB Dullah. I don't know what that means. And there's a Prince of Has Adam, Hans Adam or something. But anyway, I was going through the list and I noticed one stood out a bit more than the others, and that was King Herod. Because I don't know, in the Wikipedia picture, he actually looked a little bit like my granddad. In the other pictures, he doesn't, but in the one that they have in Wikipedia, which is 2001 or something, he looks a little bit like my granddad in that. And he's called my granddad's called Harold, which is a bit like Herod, and the Bible talks about a Herod. So I was kind of thinking that maybe, I don't know. I was looking into it out of interest to see if there was anything that can be read into it, and yeah, and then I noticed that his not predecessor, it's the one afterwards. His next of kin is this guy. Uh, hang on is the word that it's like, but yeah, Prince Hakon, which is kind of like hang on. And I was thinking, what does that mean? And then I noticed that he's not actually first in line. He's actually the younger son, and that the Princess Martha, is it Martha? Yeah, Princess Martha is actually the older child. So it's just like, so hang on, why have you got Hakon as being like the next of kin when Martha's older? I do think that my higher self can control things, and I'm pretty sure that my higher self would put the older one as being the one that's most entitled to the throne. I would say that because as an older sibling myself, I think it would be, I'd be hugely offended if my sister got crowned as the next of king, or the next king, and she got crowned just because she had a penis. I mean, I would just be like, what? So I'm the older one. I'm the one who's supposed to inherit the most because I'm the older one. And yet, what, my younger one is going to get crowned? Why? Oh, because he's got a dick. I would feel that this is really sexist. And I know the kings and stuff are supposed to represent their country and stuff, but yeah, as a god, I have to point that out. That if you have a monarchy and if you are refusing to let the older child get the first like enticement, like I can understand sometimes mental illness can cause problems. If the older one is likely to cause problems for the country, or is just not appropriate for some obvious reasons. Maybe they've done something. If they've gotten involved in some massive scandal that's awful. Yeah, you should probably miss them out. But if they haven't, then why are you skipping them out just because they don't have a penis or because of what sex they are? I mean, I just think that's so sexist. So, yeah, that is what I would like to say to King Herod. Why is your younger son next in throne when you're missing out your daughter? I mean, what, are you sexist? I mean, do you want to be sexist? Do you like that? But anyway, I don't know. But I'm going through the Netherlands one. Kingdom of Netherlands has it's like William. Is it William? Oh, I think it is actually William. I read one L last time I read it. Now I actually see two. Is that one or two L's? Yeah, that's two L's. Okay, I think that's William. Which is weird because I swear it looks different how it's normally spelled. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I haven't really looked up that, but that's a real like a name that's understandable. But King Mohammed as well. Like Mohammed is a very easy name to read, but quite a lot of them. Sovereign Prince Albert. That's one, but it's only a prince. Why? Actually, that is a good point though. Why are these people called princes? If there's like do they not give kings? I don't know why it's called sovereign prince rather than sovereign king. It's because that's called Monaco. Do Monaco not want a king? Or maybe they have I don't know. But I'm just looking up information, and those are just things that I've noticed, that a lot of the king's names seem to not be very readable or not be names that I've really heard of. But anyway.